Hey, good evening, good evening. How are y'all doing on a Friday night at 8 o'clock? Before we get started, you know I'm always excited to get on here and talk about addiction. Before I get started, let me take a moment of silence for the addict who still suffer in and outside of these walls. Most gracious in heaven, the God of my understanding, I thank you for allowing us to come up on this site to talk about addiction, talk about our feelings, talk about how it works, talk about why we're here, talk about what can I do. I thank you for the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous. I thank you for all the centers, women's and men's, and the treatment facilities, the outpatient, the inpatient. Thank you for all the counselors. Thank you for guiding us, helping us, loving us, caring for us. I thank you for so many things, but most of all, we thank you that we haven't used. Okay, y'all, how are you doing? I hope your rest of the weekend be good. And I just wanted to say, you know, sometimes, hey auntie, sometimes my biggest fan is my Auntie Wanda. Sometimes the wreckage of our past comes to the present. And I want to talk about that tonight and double standards. You know, when we come into recovery, we learn so many things about ourselves. So many things that we forgot that we liked it about us. Habits that we picked up. We get to a place in our lives when we become clean that things sometimes could stress us out. But I wanted to say to you all tonight, addiction is real. And I know it's real because I can feel it sometimes. Let me say this before I forget. To all the parents, the mothers, the daughters, the sons, the nephews, the cousins, the auntie, the grandmamas, the granddaddies, daddies and mamas who have lost a child to addiction. I'm praying for you, because nobody knows how it feels until you lose a loved one due to drug addiction, due to overdose. You know, hey Deborah, how you doing? Nobody knows. Nobody knows until you walked in that shoe, until you've been there, until you understand what you have to go through to get through. Losing a son or a daughter, mother or father, sister or brother, cousin or nephew to addiction. You know, I thought about how when we come in and we face the realities that we had to give up, we couldn't keep playing games with our life with addiction. Addiction is here for a reason, and that reason is to disable us, to kill us, to keep our old habits or behaviors the same. But I'm telling you this, I thank God, the God of my understanding, the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous program, AACANA. I did it all. And I thank God that He heard our cries. He heard our hurt. He heard our the way we was thinking. But when we get clean and we start nurturing ourselves and we start really feeling better than we felt in a long time, when we come to a point that we know it had to be the God of our understanding, because our way didn't work. Our way kept using. So somebody, the God of my understanding, had to reach down and give us some literature, had to help us get a sponsor, had to do service work, had to go to meetings. And I always tell you, the blessing of recovery is a gift. A young girl say, well, how is it a gift? Seems like it's a gift and a curse. How is it a curse if you stop using? It's a blessing because you found the way out. You found the way to keep from stop drinking every time something go wrong or every time something go right. Because we use just to feel good. We use because we wanted to use. We didn't need nothing to happen in our life that was devastating for us to keep using. Addiction is real. It's real. And sometimes, even when we clean, and even when we still struggling, you know, we have people that's clean. When I came in, you know, I was trying to find my way, how to admit and how to acknowledge and how to surrender that I had a problem. Hey, Auntie Evelyn, one of my biggest fans, all the way from Louisiana. God bless you. God bless everyone that's on the site. But the wreckage of our past is going to come up. Don't think that we get clean and we start learning how to be stable, how we learn how to make better judgments, how we learn how to forgive, how we learn how to take some humility, how we learn how to captivate ourselves, knowing that I found a way out through a program that helps millions of people. Sometimes I say, God, I wish I knew about this earlier. But then He had to let me know, no, you wasn't ready yet. You wasn't ready. When things happen the way it happened, that's the way it's supposed to happen. And I wanted to talk about two things other than addiction. Double standard. Why you are getting yourself together, or you a newcomer coming in, or you struggling to get to be a newcomer. You can't play double standards in this program. And double standard means, why do you think you can use today and quit a couple times a week or quit a month and then go back and keep doing that? Why would you make good decisions and now want to turn around and start making bad decisions? Double standard. You can't want to get yourself together if you still keep putting yourself in harm's way to continue to use or to continue to relapse. That's double standard. You can't tell him, I'm done and I can't do it no more, but then self-will, self-centered steps in and you doing it again. It's double standard. But see, when we come into this thing called recovery, it's steps to help us get our lives together. Things that we broken, hearts that we broken, peoples that we hurt. But you first have to start with yourself. You first have to start with dealing with self-feelings, being honest, looking at life on life terms. We have to learn how to surrender. I didn't want to surrender. I hate this disease. I hate the disease of an addiction. I hate the lives that it done took. I hate the turnarounds that now we got to face because of bad decisions and because of the drugs and alcohol. And I don't want to just blame it on the drugs and alcohol. Hear me good. I want to tell you about how my self-centered self didn't care about what nobody else thought, didn't care about nobody else's feelings. It was all maintaining to me. It's all maintaining to you. When you pick up that drink, you don't think what it's going to cost you. When you take a hit of heroin, what it's going to cost you. When you pop them pills, you don't think of what it's going to cost you. So then we become selfish and self-centered because all we want to do is use. All we want to do is just drown ourselves with drugs and alcohol so we can run and get away and not have to deal with it, not have to think about it, not have to face it. You know, these are the things that I struggle with coming into treatment. Not knowing how to let go and continue to let go. Not knowing that. But I knew that a God of my understanding wouldn't have brought us that far to steps in the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program to stir us wrong. So when you do double standard, you know, and I think about all the things that I used to do, we think about the things that we used to do and the things we don't do now. And some people's it's not easy than it is to others. Some people's might relapse. Some people's might stay clean for a minute and go back. That's the disease of an addiction. It wants you lost. It wants you to not do good. It wants you to keep falling and falling until it kills you. It wants you to not like yourself. It wants you to get on a pity pot and think everybody done hurt you or everybody's against you. You know, that's how the drugs corrupts our minds of the way we think. You know, and I had to learn the difference. I had to learn it. Didn't want to. Didn't want to sit up in front of peoples and tell them, I can't stop using. But guess what? The peoples that I sat in front of to tell that to, been there, done that. They know what addiction does to us. They know that it ain't going to be easy than we think until we get there for a minute, for a while. Then it becomes a little easier. But I was battling because I wanted to take a drink. I wanted to get high. Sometimes I would go to a meeting, hear good things, shed some tears. And the first thing that my evil friend that I call the disease of an addiction would tell me, I don't need this. I don't need nobody telling me I can't drink. I don't need nobody telling me I can't get high. I don't need nobody telling me that I have to surrender. I don't need nobody telling me that I have to go to meetings. I don't need nobody telling me that I have to do service work. I don't need nobody telling me that I need a sponsor. Until I realized, why did I come in? Why did I take and do all that footwork to get to that hospital, to get into a bed, so another individual that's been like me or worse than me can help me? And that's double standard. So now we come in and we got all these thoughts. We got all these things. Hey, I see my sister, Evangelist Selena Green. I'm her biggest fan. She's on Tuesday night. Let her give you some of that spirituality. 7 o'clock. But I needed something greater than myself that could help restore what I had broken. Hey, Molly, what I had broken. I had broken a lot of chains that I couldn't seem to get back together again. My thought was gone. My living on the edge was gone. I had to learn about this addiction. And I had to learn, and we have to learn, when we come into a place of the unknown, learn all you can. And when I came in, and when you came in from a world of confusion, we didn't know. We didn't know what the God of our understanding had in store for us. We just didn't know. I didn't know that God was finna do some great things in our lives. I didn't know that he was going to eventually stop us from picking up a drink or shooting up some heroin or popping some pills. I didn't know what was in store. We don't know what's in store for us when we get to the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous program. All of us knew. But one thing that I did love about the program was the peoples, was the hugs, was the conversations. Somebody I met in the meeting is like me. I was so ashamed, so down on myself, that I thought I was the only one that was going to confront this issue until I went to Narcotics Anonymous program. They made me feel so good. They gave me some nurturing through them hugs. They gave me some nurturing through them conversations. You know, and now I'm feeling good. Now I know the sky's unlimited. Now I know what forgiveness means. But I still yet didn't know what letting go means. I surrendered. I said it. I confronted. I told the God of my understanding. But when we come into the Narcotics Anonymous program, and then I read all these steps and I read all this literature and I read, and the more I read, the more I want to read, the more I found a book like me that's talking to me, that's telling my story. But then all of a sudden we get some clean time. First 30 days, first 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 9 months, a year, multiples of years. Hey Johnson, how you doing, baby? Multiples of years. And then all of a sudden I'm feeling so good and, you know, getting my life back in order and finding out some things about me that I really didn't like. And I'm sure you had a lot of it that you didn't like about yourself. And then I come to a point to realize some wreckage of my past has come up into the present. What you say, Renee? The wreckage of my past have came into the presence of me getting myself together. So now I'm clean. So now I got to work a program. Now I'm dealing with all this animosity, all this anger, all this stuff is happening while I'm clean. The wreckage of my past. Okay, what's the wreckage of your past? Okay, all right. You want to know what the wreckage of my past was? Why did I get clean and I come here and I work a program and all of a sudden because I did the drugs and the alcohol, now I'm sick. Now, I got cancer. Now, the wreckage of my past is coming up to play in the present. That's why they tell you need a sponsor. Because when the wreckage of your past come in, okay, what's another one? Oh, the wreckage of my past is my kids don't know how to let go of the stuff that I did in the past, so they bring it back to me in the present. Okay, now y'all putting too much on me, because now you telling me that I can't pick up, I cannot drink, I cannot get high. I have to learn how to deal with the wreckage of my past without the use of drugs. That's a big step. That's a big step to take. But now I know why I got to take it. I know why I have to take this challenge. To see how much I want to stay clean. Because, see, I know how Satan works. I know that when we get clean and everything's starting to get a little better, it ain't going to get great at first. It's not going to happen like that. But the greatest gift that I got out of coming into the 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous, I didn't pick up. That's the greatest gift. I learned how to go through one more day without taking a drink or one more day without taking some acid, one more day without taking some pills, one more day without sniffing some heroin or doing cocaine, one more day. That's the gift. Because no matter what happens, the wreckage of our past can come to the present, and it's going to happen. So don't think that you're going to get clean and you're going to start getting solutions to your situations, and you're going to start feeling good about yourself. And then all of a sudden, some old bills that you forgot to pay or didn't care to pay, now they want to sue you. Or you get an eviction. Now you need a place and won't nobody take you because of your evictions. Wreckage of your past. Okay. Now you need a car, but you can't get a car because the wreckage of your past, because your credit was no good. Or I hurt somebody and now this person wants revenge. This person is still holding resentments. This person don't like me because of the things I've done in the wreckage of my past. Now it's come back to the present. Come on, Renee, come on. Or some of my kids feel like that I wasn't the greatest mom, or I wasn't there for them, or I didn't do what I needed to do. The wreckage of my past. The wreckage of your past is to show you just how strong you are. Don't let nobody hold you on the wreckage of your past. Because everybody on this site, everybody that comes up on this site, everybody that's going to come into the Narcotics Anonymous program, it's got a wreckage of their past. Because if my past wasn't so bad, why would I need to change it? Why would I need to make some changes in the way I was living, or the way I was thinking, or the way I was moving, the way I was hurting people, the way I was hurting myself? Why wouldn't I need to change things that had me confused and abundant and broken? Why would I have to, why would I want to stay in that? It's a gift. It's a gift to wake up in the morning and I got some tissue paper. Remember I told you I take nothing for granted. It's a gift to walk in your closet and you can't even count the shoes you have. It's a gift that you can take some medicine for the damage of the past you did to your body that can help you live longer, or that can help you the rest of your life. It's a gift. The wreckage of your past can come up in health, emotions. It can come up in depression. It can come up in hurt. See, when we get clean, I don't know why in the life of me that people think that we get clean, that we still don't make bad decisions, that we still don't find ourselves putting ourselves in harm's way when we know better. I'm going to say this. Something was bothering me. I was going to a Monday night meeting. Been going there for months, for a long time. And all of a sudden they tells us no more peoples can come, outside peoples can come, but a certain couple peoples. Now this bothered me. But I love that meeting. That meeting needs some strong women, strong men. People's fighting for their lives, trying to find a new way to live. So they said, no, something happened and we can't come back, because somebody had pulled out a whop of money in front of the addicts. And maybe the addicts, sometimes when you pull out money and somebody can, it's a trigger for some peoples. But you tell us we can't come back. The greatest gift that God gave us is a gift to help another individual. Because somebody pulled out some money. But I can't go back. But I never pull out no money. I don't do that. But when you're in recovery, you got to be honest. And I wanted to go to these peoples and say, why? Why? I helped a lot of peoples in this meeting. That was my purpose. So now I got to pay the cost of somebody else pulling out money, and they still there. Now you know I'm pissed. But it's okay. Double standards. When you work on a program, you got to really work a program, and you got to really be honest, even when it means another individual. But see, I let nothing detour me or nothing stop me. I just find me another meeting. But when you get used to the peoples and the women's and they look forward to seeing you one night of the week, acceptance is something that I really had to work on. Acceptance. Accepting that I can't change the things that I can't. But the things that I can, I must do. There's too many meetings to cry about one meeting. Double standard. But I must still move on. I must. Hey, Blanche. Going to see my friend at the end of this month. I must move on, though. I didn't like it because that became my home group. And you know what? The God of my understanding, oh, y'all just don't know to have a God, to have a friend like God, to where he'll never leave you or forsake you. He'll give you the understanding that you don't even know that he's finna give you to help you out in a situation. I tell you, that's why I depend on the God of my understanding. I don't depend on man at all. I don't. The God of my understanding will give you the wisdom to know the difference, and he will give you the wisdom to beat this addiction. How I'm going to beat it, Renee? Don't use. That's the only way you're going to make it with this program. Is you can't pick up no matter what. If your husband leave, or you catch him with a woman, catch her with a man, don't leave. Stay until the miracle happens. Watch when you don't use and see what happens. Watch how you realize how much courage and strength that you had in you all the time, but you just didn't know how to use it. Hurt brings on strength. And strength brings on all the possibilities that you didn't think that you could ever have. The wreckage of our past. And you know, I talk about that because, you know, after a while, we come in and we don't realize all the damage that we have done to our bodies and to our minds and to the inner soul, the spiritual part. We don't realize that once we get clean, we get some news. And I knew when I got my news, I knew it was from all the drinking and the using and everything I could smoke in. I tried it. I already knew. I said, oh God, you got, hey, you got to help me out with this. Seemed like everything started happening. When I got in my 6 months and got to my year, everything started. The wreckage started coming. Over, here come another wreckage. Here come another wreckage of my past. Here comes something else on my past. Deal with it. That's why the God of my understanding help get you there to get clean. So when the wreckage of your past come into the present, you know how to deal with it. Every wreckage and every past that I've had in my life have been a blessing to me right now. Right now. Because I didn't know and I didn't understand. I didn't know that when I got clean, I was going to learn how to forgive myself. I did not know that. I did not know that I wouldn't have to depend on no drugs and alcohol ever again in the presence of me being clean. I did not know that I don't have to kneel and bow down to nobody for them to like me. That was that was one of the wreckage of my past. Because I wanted everybody to like me. I bought you drinks. I did all the dirty, nasty things that you needed me to do to belittle myself. I nurtured everybody. Only person I forgot to nurture was me. So here I'm still broken. I'm still nurturing, still breaking, still nurturing, still breaking. But I learned one thing. I learned that when you come into the Narcotics Anonymous program, it starts healing you. All the pain, all the brokenness, all the depression, all the cutting, all the crying, all the hurting, all the isolating. Isolating was a big one for me too. Because I thought I was hiding my drug habit, hiding my feelings, hiding my situation, until I couldn't hide it no more. Because eventually it's going to come out. Eventually somebody going to know you that crackhead you was called. Or you that dope fiend that you was called. Or you that alcoholic that you was called. But then when the God of your understanding come into your life, and then he introduce you to the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program, and he give you the mind to want to stay in that program, because that program is helping situations out. It's even helping the wreckage of your past. Man, do you know how a gift like that is unpaid? You can't even buy that. Listen to what I said. Do you know the God of your understanding in the 12 Steps of Narcotics Anonymous program can help you deal with the wreckage of your past? Oh, come on now, Renee. How did it help? Tell me how it helped. Well, the wreckage of my past had me to face all the things that I did in my past. All the hurt, all the lying, all the manipulating, all the drinking and hurting people, all the getting high with my high buddies, all the stealing and lying and manipulating, all the self-centeredness, all the selfishness, everything about me. The wreckage of my past, we still have to deal with. Like, Renee, why you lie like that? Why did you tell somebody you needed some money to get your baby some food so you can get high? Come on, Renee. Why would you do that? Wreckage of my past. Renee, why would you go back to this lady and promptly admit when it wouldn't cause her no harm, but maybe she didn't like me telling her that I was the one that stole her $400? The wreckage of my past. Okay, let's go a little deeper than that. I can't go to the woman who I was sleeping with her husband, which was Minnie, sleeping with her husband, and tell her, guess what? I want to come to you and tell you that I was sleeping with your husband. Wreckage of my past. But I can't do that. But what I can do is tell the husband that I was sleeping with, you can't have me no more. I ain't that person no more. I have changed. I don't sleep with nobody's husbands no more. Hey, that was the wreckage of my past. So see, when I tell you it ain't got to be new things that come into your life dealing with the wreckage of your past. It can just be the wreckage of your past. You got to fix and look at and change the situation, the things that you can. And the things that you can't, it's going to change itself. The wreckage of my past. Now, had I not had a wreckage of my past, how I couldn't keep no money, how all my money went on dope, how all my money went on alcohol, how all my money caused me to pick up new habits and behaviors to get one more. If I had not had a wreckage of my past, I wouldn't have nothing to work forward to look at and see the change that I made. Come on, Renee, what you say? The wreckage of my past. It ain't got to be something new. It can be a wreckage of my past that I've been dealing with for years that I couldn't comprehend, I couldn't even face, I couldn't deal with. But because the wreckage of my past, and because I have a new program, and I have a new way to live, and I have some literature, and I have some unity with my peoples, and because I go to a meeting, and because I change the way I live, I can deal with all the wreckage of my past. Tell me something now. The wreckage of my past. It keeps coming. It keeps coming. Because some of the wreckage of my past I ain't dealt with yet. People gonna say, how you been clean all your years? All these years you been clean and you ain't dealt with it. I didn't say I didn't think about it. I didn't say I didn't want to deal with it. But I had too much of the wreckage of my past. I had to deal with it. I had to deal with it a little bit at a time. I was broken. Did you hear us say we get broken? Did you hear us say that we broken when we come in to the Narcotics Anonymous program? Every hurt, every pain, every neglect, every person that hurt us, every person that we hurt, all that is the wreckage of your past. And you know why they call it a past? Because we can't stay in it. I can work on it. I can make changes a little bit at a time. But I can't stay in the wreckage of my past, because if I stay in the wreckage of my past, I won't enjoy the presence of me now. It's a gift to learn how to forgive. It's a gift to learn how to speak up. It's a gift how to learn how to nurture yourself. Because the wreckage of my past came up and told me I didn't do a very good job of that. I drank it up. I smoked it up. Every feeling I had, every emotion I had, I smoked it up and drank it up. Every person that hurt me, every person, the wreckage of my past are still coming to the present of you being clean. Man, I was a messed up, dressed up lie. I used to couldn't say that. I used to hold on to that. But you can't play double standards with recovery. You can't do it. I know I can't. Because the wreckage of my past told me that I had to learn how to be honest, open-minded, and willingness to change. I'm so proud of me, and you all should be proud of you. Because any day that you can stop doing something that you've been doing for years and years, and all of a sudden, one day, all of a sudden, 2 days, that's a gift. The wreckage of our past still coming up. I keep telling you, can't run from the wreckage of your past. Some of them will come up quickly, some of them will come up slowly, and some of them won't come up until they get ready to come up. But it's still the wreckage of your past. How you can hold on to something, how you don't let go of nothing, how you can learn how to hate in the wreckage of my past. I didn't want to hear nothing about no forgiveness. I didn't want to hear nothing about no love. I didn't want to hear nothing about no rejection. I didn't want to hear nothing. All I did wanted to get high. So I didn't have to deal with none of it. But now the wreckage of my past, had I not had a past to look at, then I wouldn't know what to work on or change. I'm ready. Whatever comes up. Whatever I did in my past and you didn't let go of it. Whatever you still holding on and you drinking because of what I done, or you still getting high. But I change. We must change in order to stay clean. I ain't falsifying nothing. This is the best and most honest I ever been in my life. Did I make some bad decisions? Yeah. And gonna make some more. Could I change some things that I thought I couldn't? I did. I never thought I could forgive. I never thought that. Bad taste in my mouth. And that bad taste led me to just hating men. I just dogged them. I slept with them. I used them. They used me, so I used them. That ain't a way to live. When you become clean, you have to change everything about your attitude, your character, your personality, your emotions, your feelings, your mind. It's all different now. It's not corrupted. It's not filled with chemicals. It's not filled with all that bitterness. That's what the steps is for, and that's what recovery is about. Making a huge change. Do it pay off? Yes, it does. Because when I wake up in the morning, I know I ain't hurt nobody. That's change for me. When I woke up and somebody hurt my feelings or didn't tell the truth about something, and I can still love you and see beyond holding that resentment or hating somebody, oh, that's change for me. Or when I want to make love or I need a boyfriend, I can't just go get it. I have to deal with my emotions and my feelings. Come on, Renee. I'm good at that one. I'm good. I feel so good about all these different changes. Once we come into recovery, we start feeling good about how we had a big, huge problem. And some way the God of our understanding came into the midst and helped us with that problem. And now it's no longer a problem. It's a gift. Or how so much people, even being clean, how so many people can pull you and pull on you, and you get stressful over somebody else's problem. How you carry. I have to watch that. That's why I say the wreckage of my past is good that I deal with the wreckage of my past, because you have to remember we become nurturers. When we was using, we was nurturing everybody but ourselves. We was letting everybody dog us. We was letting everybody hurt us. We was letting everybody walk over us. We was letting everybody talk to us like we wasn't human. But see, the wreckage of my past helped me deal with that too. So now I'm more patient. I'm more kind. I'm more humble. I'm more quiet, until I don't need to be. You bring some dope in front of me and see how quiet I'll be. You pull one on me and start pull a drink and you in my truck or you in my present and see how unquiet I get. Recovery is the best thing that happened to a lot of us. Millions of us. Is my stuff burning? My thing is, the wreckage of my past keeps showing me just how strong I am. Don't you know that's a gift? The things I used to live for to do, the things I used to do to hurt people, the things that I used to do just to hurt me, just to hurt y'all. Don't you know you can't keep hiding? You can't keep playing double standards? Don't you know eventually you got to get butt naked truthful? I love recovery because recovery taught me something that I didn't know nothing about. I didn't know that you have to have a ruling awakening. You have to have a ruling awakening to realize the connection that you have on the spiritual side of the God of your understanding. It just helped me so much. Literature helps me so much. The peoples that, now you can come into recovery and everybody might not understand you. Or some peoples might not been the nurturing themselves, or they recovering from drugs, but not on their personality, not on their character, not on the foundation of liking you for just you. They ain't there yet. I don't judge nobody. I love everybody. That's the only way. That's the only way. I want to love everybody. Because for so long, I didn't love everybody. So long, I held resentments towards everybody. So long, I didn't nurture me. I didn't know how. I didn't know how. I didn't know how I was going to get by. I didn't know by. Sometimes I was scared to go to sleep, to wake up the next day, to see what mess I was going to get myself to. Get myself into. Do y'all hear me? The disease of an addiction is no joke. I done buried more people than I have. Oh my God. Funeral after funeral after funeral. Overdose after overdose. I hate this disease. Because it takes people's lives. It corrupts the mind. It puts you in a lot of the unseen that you don't even know you in. So now I have a purpose. We get a purpose, y'all. We come into recovery. Now we have a purpose of why we want to live and why we want to change and why we must change. We have a purpose. God gave us a purpose. And that purpose is to deal with the wreckage of your past, little bit at a time. Man, I had a lot. I'm sure y'all have a lot too. The ones who gonna be honest. I'm sure a lot of people went through some wreckage of their past, and some of them still ain't dealing with it. Some of them still drinking. Some of them still getting high. Some of them still don't know what they doing. The other wreckage of my past was feeling that I had to put myself on a lower standard for you to accept me or love me or just like me. Boy, I didn't know the wreckage of the past was going to make me into this beautiful monster where I don't give a doggone. I really don't. I know how to be to myself. I'm like that anyway. I know how to stay in my lane. The wreckage of the past taught me that. And now that I'm clean, why would I want to get that up? Why? The only time I ever thought about taking a drink, and it was a thought, is when I lost my mother and my son. Man, the greatest love I had ever had. And now I'm all over the place. But guess what? The wreckage of the past taught me how to deal with pain, hurt, and rejection, emotion, feelings, and pain. Because when we come in, we full of pain, we full of emotions, we going through so many different feelings that, all of it's overwhelming. But I found me a program, y'all, called Narcotics Anonymous Program. And I shine. I get up in the morning feeling like I'm Superwoman. Because I finally got the gift of wanting to stay clean. No matter what happens. No matter what happens. No matter who dies. No matter who lives. I ain't never using again. And I say that with great pride. I say that with gratefulness. I say that with gratefulness because I dealt with the wreckage of my past. And whatever wreckage of the past that I forgot about that might come up in the present now, I can deal with it. I can deal with it. Because anything beats how I beat myself up. Anything beats how I live to use and use to live every day. I had to have something in my body, in my mouth, every day. Program. Can't do double standard in the program. Can't falsify and do a double standard in the program. You must have a God of your understanding, whoever you choose to call God. But I know He's my mighty God. I know He's the God of my understanding. Now, who you choose to call God, I ain't got nothing to do with that. The wreckage of my past have taught me very well. And that's why I can relate to people's coming in and they get confused and they call and they cry and they want to talk. Deal with the wreckage of your past. We did it. We kept doing it. We didn't stop it. We kept doing it until we learned how not to use again. So I thank y'all. I thank y'all so very much. I take life so differently than I used to. Just to wake up is a blessing. Just to not use ever again is a gift. Just to love people for who they are is nurturing. Just to understand a person when you don't even see how you did that. How you let go of something somebody said to you or hurt you. How you, how people walked over you, but now you clean and they can't do that no more. Why? Because the wreckage of your past taught you how to deal with it. Confront the issue right away. Stop letting people run over you. Some people do that because they know you're recovering. They know you can't take a drink, but some of them wish you will take a drink. Some of them wish they liked you better taking a drink or using drugs or not in your right mind. I had to learn that. You get clean for yourself. And that way nothing nobody else say to you or do to you or hurt you can ever bother you again. But you got to get to the place where you nurturing yourself. Don't get in recovery and make recovery bored. Don't come into the Narcotics Anonymous program and come into a program and then you get bored with it. Oh no, I keep recovery alive. I'm free. Do you know what we went through to get free from drugs and alcohol? Addiction is real. It's cunning and baffling. It pulls you in. It keeps wanting to pull you in, especially when all your records or your past ain't been dealt with yet. Or especially when you don't want to deal with it. Especially when you still struggling to learn how to stop using. I ain't missed a beat. I wanted to do this. I wanted to stay clean. I wanted to change the record of my past. I didn't want to die in the line of an addiction. I didn't want to die like that. No, I didn't want my kids to bury me like that. And all the time in my addiction, I thought my kids would find me slumped over a table or laying on the floor or come in my bed and I done died from an overdose because I couldn't stop using. I didn't want to leave. I'm not that selfish. Once I got clean, I realized I was a selfish son of a gun. Because I didn't care about other people's feelings. I didn't care about how they looked at me. I didn't care about how I looked at me. So I had to learn how to deal with all the fears, all the rejection, all the hurt, all the stabbing in my back, all the talking about me. I had to learn from the wreckage of my past how to deal with it in the present. And I'm good at it. I'm so good at it, don't even bother me no more. I talk about it, and I'm done. I don't hold on to it no more, because then I haven't learned how to let go. When you come into this program, you come in this program for a purpose and a reason. You come into this person to change everything that you didn't like about you. You come into recovery to make you feel better than you ever felt. Don't let nobody keep you at a standstill. Not your kids, not your man, not your friends, not your associates. You come into a program that tells you that you don't have to do nothing but focus on self. I know a lot of people some of them don't like me. Some of them I don't know. I can feel it. Have you ever walked in a room and you clean and you can tell when somebody don't like you? Maybe it's because they see you in them, or maybe it's because you got something they want. I don't think it's because they just hate you. They just want the gift you got. The gift of love and to let go and to forget. That's what I had to learn from the wreckage of my past. So I thank God for all the wreckages of my past, all the shortcomings, all the things that I did. I thank Him every day that comes out my mouth. Thank you, God, I ain't what I used to be. Thank you, I ain't where I used to be. Thank you that I know how to nurture me and everybody around me. I paid the price to be clean. I let go of a lot of wreckage of my past. I'm free. Y'all should feel good that you stop using. Y'all should feel good of the compliments that you done made. Man, I be talking to my mama. My mama's spiritually in heaven. And if heaven had a phone call, if I could just call her and tell her, Mama, your prayers work for me. Mama, I miss you. So you know how I'm going to show you that I love you and keep you alive? I'm going to stay clean. I'm going to stay clean. No matter what. I told somebody in the meet when I spoke the other day, last week, you can't pray me away. You can't thank me away. You can't push me away. You can't tell me to stay away. I'm stuck. I'm delivered. I'm free. I like that. So I can go to places that I like now and don't have to worry about drinking or getting high or buying everybody a drink to like me, to fit in, for you to be my friend. You know, I love me. See, when you start nurturing yourself, you love everything that you used to think was ugly about you. I've been big all my life. I've been big all my life. And I didn't used to like myself. Now I love everything. Every fat spot, every wrinkle, every sore that remind me of what I went through. Everything, every cut, everything on my body. I love it. You know why? Because when you start nurturing yourself, if you ain't putting yourself down, can't nobody else put you down. I love who I am. I didn't used to do that. I didn't. I was a dressed up lie, put the makeup on, and I can dress my butt off, and I pretend that I was engaged with me, that I love me, until I learned that the wreckage of my past had me to deal with a lot of hurt, pain, neglect. You know, I had to deal with a lot of stuff that I had put on the table that I didn't want to deal with. And now that I'm who I am, and now that I know this program called Narcotics Anonymous program, and now that I have a unity family, a new family, I have a new family. And this family, they don't use no more. They don't drink. They don't get high. They don't run when we have problems. They don't talk about people and stab them in their back. Some of them. But I don't. I work too hard on me. And I'm still, and you know, the wreckage of your past still comes up. Y'all, let me get off here. I get so happy when I'm talking to y'all because I'm freeing myself too, just like somebody hearing me and they free. Somebody gonna free themselves tonight. Somebody gonna look at this message and say, you know what? That's what I've been doing. I've been holding on to the wreckage of my past. I ain't been letting myself feel good. I ain't been letting myself think I'm good. You know, because you clean, you know, get clean and be happy and nurture yourself. Don't come in here being clean and then you still confused. Thank y'all very much. Double standard, think about it. I don't come in recover playing double standard. It is what it is. I'm who I am. And this is the best gift I can give to anybody working an honest program. Very honest program. If somebody reject me even now, I still love them. I have no hatred in my heart because it took me too long to get hate out of my heart. And I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this what I got going on because it works for me. I thank y'all so very much. Thank you for letting me come into your homes, your living room, your kitchen, your car. You know, people be emailing me and say, Renee, I'm sitting in my car listening to you. Or Renee, I was sitting in the toilet. I'm like, girl, that's what you think about me, to sit on the toilet and be looking at my... And we bust out and start. But see, you know what? Recovery brings so much light into your life that you be grateful to keep that light. You be grateful to keep that light. Thank y'all for being my friend. Thank my sister, Evangelist Selena Green. Thank my auntie, Evelyn, all the way from Louisiana. Thank you for my auntie, Wanda, that lives here. She on here every Friday and Sunday. And Evelyn, too, and my sister, too. Thank you for Robin. I love you. Thank you for the ones that I can't see and the many that's going to come on, because they do come on. Thank you for delivering us. Thank you for keeping us, loving us, and spiritually helping us. God is good. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Y'all have a safe night until I see y'all Sunday. Sunday we are on step 7. And you know, I love step 7 because step 7 is getting us ready to deal with step 8. Step 7, humbly asking God to remove all these shortcomings. That's a good one. I say that all the time, but I'm telling you, all of it is good. May you continue to bless somebody, and if ain't nobody told you that they loved you, Mama Renee, or Mama Toot Toot they call me, said I loved you. And I said with genuine love, be nice and kind to someone every day. Every day. See y'all on Sundays at 2 o'clock. And may I've helped someone and God that helped guided this tongue in my mouth. And I wish y'all all the best. Stay safe. Stay in His will. And one more thing. I love you. See you later.